What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. Today we are going to take a look at the logarithmic growth curves for Bitcoin, and this is going to be a pretty interesting video. This is a type of video that I have done before, so if you're interested to find out why this is important leading up to the monthly close and leading into October, like a lot of the things that happen, take a look at the monthly within the next 14 hours is going to be absolutely huge for the month of October, and it is going to determine if the month of October is going to be a pumpy month or is it going to dump. But right before we dive right into it, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _the Art of Crypto, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing the latest market updates as well as anything that cannot be shared on YouTube due to time constraints. So trust me, you are going to want to follow me on Twitter to get the latest market updates. Right off the bat, it would help us a lot if I actually don't want to remove this. I guess I'm going to have to go onto Bitfinex then. Right, so today we are going to be using the Bitfinex chart and we are going to take a look at the logarithmic growth curves. And this right here is something that I've already discussed in my private Discord group like days ago, and you know, if you just want the latest and most comprehensive market updates in like just pretty much every day and just pretty much in real time, then you're going to want to consider joining the private Discord group. But otherwise, you are not really like anything in video format as well. The only thing is that it is way easier for me to type a piece of text than it is for me to, you know, record a video. So at the moment, let's have a look at our logarithmic growth curves. Now, there is immediately just a couple of things that I really want you guys to look out for leading into the monthly close, right? This is going to be the monthly close, which is tomorrow. So the first of which was going to be to get a monthly close above this logarithmic growth curve right here, right? This line right here. This would be like, this level would be about 42,300. And I was talking in my private Discord group that in order for us, like for October to be a good month, we needed, right? We needed to see a monthly close above 42,300. Otherwise, things would be looking very ugly, because if we lose this level right here, there's a very good chance that we can test the next level. And that next level is going to be somewhere about the mid 33Ks, right? From 35 to 33K. And I am sure that if Bitcoin were to test that level, that yeah, it's not going to look pretty, right? Not only will that absolutely immediately guarantee that we are not going to see a new all-time high this year, but we are pretty much going to be entering into a bear market at that point. And ultimately, we might, right, if we do fall to 30Ks, I don't think we will bounce, right? But even if we do bounce, it will probably get rejected somewhere about 45K, right? But if it doesn't bounce, then it's going to go back to 24K, right? Maybe 26K, maybe even lower at 20K. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen. At the moment, we are closing this monthly candle very strongly, right? At the moment, we are sitting at about 43K right now, and this is a really good sign, right? As long as we close the monthly, right, the first thing you're going to want to keep in mind is we want to close the monthly above 42,300. That is key, absolutely key, right? Because if we do close that level, like close above that level, then we could aim to retest the, you know, the midpoint of this logarithmic growth curve, and that midpoint would sit somewhere at about 54K, right? If we do hold 42,300, then we will be able to go for a test of 53K to 54K, and maybe even finally break through that level and go back to 64K. So as you can see, like this, tomorrow is going to be absolutely huge, and that's why I'm making this video right now. The monthly close tomorrow, absolutely important, right? It is paramount. And then right now we will take a look at the weekly chart, and on the weekly chart, this is not like, we won't have, you know, there's not much rush for us to, you know, close the weekly chart above this level, which is at about 44K. Honestly, that's not much rush. There is about 4 days left before the next weekly close. So in the 4 days, I would like to see us like reclaim this 44K level, right? If we are able to reclaim this 44K level, there's a good chance we're going to start retesting the, you know, the logarithmic growth curve, the midpoint of it, which is at about, I don't know, 56K. And this would line up, right? You could expect a rejection at 56K because this lines up with a bearish order block as well. So let me just draw out this bearish order block on the month, like this is the weekly chart, right? So we already got rejected once off of this bearish order block right here, right? You can see that. But right now, this is the next level that we're going to want to pay attention to, which is the body of the bearish order block. So assuming that the price really does get to about this level, then expect some form of rejection at about 56K, but that is still a ways away. For now, I just wanted to make this video to tell you that tomorrow's monthly close is going to be incredibly important. If as long as we close the monthly above 42 42,300, there's a very good chance that October is going to be a very bullish month. In fact, if we go back in time, right, if we go back all the way to 2011, this is not the Bitstamp chart, so I don't have data until 2011, but I did the test myself of the 9 years that we have gotten Octobers. Every year has an October, but of those 9 years, right, since 2011, we have gotten 6 months where the month of October was bullish, and we've gotten 3 months where the month of October was bearish. And what I mean by that is, for example, last year, October 2020 was a very bullish month, right? As you can see. In 2019, October was a bullish month as well. However, if you look towards 2018, then October was a bearish month. So here's something that I also want you to keep in mind. October has traditionally been a very bullish month for Bitcoin, because even during the bearish months, you don't really get that big of a, like, you're not really getting that big of dump, right? You went from 7.6k down to, I don't know, 6.3k. That is about 20%, which is something that you should be getting used to now by the time you're considering that you are crypto. So how do I put this? October, historically very bullish. So couple that with the fact that we are able to hold this very key level, then I do see us pumping quite a bit on, during the month of October. And if Bitcoin is able to pump during October, then altcoins are going to do really, really well too. And over the next couple of days, I'm going to make a video titled The Best Altcoins for the First 2 weeks of October. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. I usually don't ask people to subscribe, but it'd be a very helpful video. And if you hit the bell button, then you're going to get notified immediately when that happens, which is a win-win for both of us. And historically speaking as well, my altcoins that will perform well over the course of set period has always performed fairly well too. So make sure you look out for that video. Now that we are done looking at the logarithmic growth curves, I need to talk about a couple of other things, and for that we will have to zoom into the 4-hourly chart. At the moment you can see that Bitcoin has just broken out of this trendline resistance, and apparently it is retesting that trendline. So if you are, by the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be too late, but if you were looking at any altcoins, then this would be a good time for you to buy some of those altcoins. Now the next level that we are going to talk about is this level right here at 45k, right? Assuming that Bitcoin is bullish, right? Here's what I want to show you. Assuming that Bitcoin is bullish, then we are going to attack these two previous highs, right? Which is at about 44,400, right? Ish, right? 44,300 and 45k. Now, the way it works, right? When you are bullish, especially on the daily chart, you can see that for pretty much since the beginning of September, we have been forming lower highs and lower lows, as you can see right here. So this is a high, this is another swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high, right? At the moment, we are forming lower lows and lower highs. And the significant moment for Bitcoin in order to prove that it is incredibly bullish is the moment when we are able to destroy, right, this 44,350 resistance, right? I wouldn't call it resistance, but just like a previous high. Now, breaking this high would form the first higher high in a while. And at the moment, if we zoom into the 4-hourly chart, you can see that Bitcoin has already formed a higher low, right here. Do you see this? Like this swing low, the low of this candle is the lowest point among the two candles right next to it. That is the swing low, right? And at the moment, we have already formed a higher low. So all we need right now on the daily chart is for us to form a higher high, and we are so set for October. If we do get, all of these conditions that I talked about, then this is going to be an absolutely bullish October. And I really do hope that that is the case, because who doesn't like bullish times, right? And basically, as long as we are able to reclaim this 44k350, and more importantly, if we are also able to reclaim the 45k sort of previous high, if both of these conditions are met, then I do believe that during the month of October, there is a very good chance that we are going to start retesting this 48k level, right? For the Bitcoin bears, right? For the people advocating that this is the bear market, this is going to be like the level to watch, right? I'm telling you guys right now, this 48k level to 52k level is going to be absolutely a very important level to watch, because this is where you're going to get the highest chance of a rejection. Or for the bulls, if you want Bitcoin to be bullish, you want Bitcoin to get rejected off of here, make a higher low and then take off and punch through this previous high. Now, the reason why I talk about all these previous highs and previous lows thing is because, like, think of it this way, right? It's something that you should fundamentally understand about the markets before I, continue onwards, which is the fact that all of these movements right here that you see, these sharp movements, these are made by institutional investors, right? Or like just institutions, right? Or algorithms, if you want to call it that. Fun fact, right? There is a very good percentage of daily trading volume, probably closer to 50 to 80% of daily trading volume on crypto it is all made by algorithms, right? It is all done by algorithms. And basically, they are pre-programmed in such a way that all of these price action things that you see on the charts is something that can be pre-calculated. And this dump right here, I actually predicted it, right? If you go back to, just a few weeks into my videos, you would have known that, hey, I was warning you guys throughout this whole period here that something like this was going to happen. And for those of you who are following this channel, congratulations, you probably wouldn't have gotten wrecked. But what I'm trying to say is that this is oftentimes very predictable. And the reason why I bring up these algorithms is because they are programmed in such a way that they always like to take out the liquidity in a level before moving onwards. So I'm just going to give you guys an example, right? Back during this previous dump right here, would it make sense to you if I said that many people who went long somewhere about here, around this area right there, would have set their stop loss right below this swing low right here? Would that make sense? Because this gives an obvious point for you to set a stop loss, right? A logical point. And not only that, but anyone who went long somewhere around this region would have set their stop loss right below this level. And look at where this wick went to, right? It stopped everybody out, right? Stopped out this one, stopped out the people here, and it was just shy of stopping out the people here. But then you get it, like the next time that you have another liquidation event, look at where the wick stopped, right? Look at where this wick went to. All right, just take a look at this. It is all pre-calculated, and this is something that happens literally on the daily, like just every time, which is why like the markets become really predictable. Once you take out the sell side liquidity, which is over here, which a lot of it has been cleared, then where do you think the next logical point of liquidity is going to be at? I would assume somewhere about here, right? This is where the next point of liquidity is going to be at. And what do you think the algorithms are going to do, right? They are designed to take out the liquidity. So what do you think is going to happen next, right? There's a very good chance that as long as you are bullish, you are going to attack, right? And I mean attack, right? Means you clear out the liquidity on previous highs, right? And as long as you're bullish, as long as the algorithm deems that it is in a bullish state, it is going to attack previous highs. And that's why it is so incredibly important for us to take a look at lower highs and lower lows. For example, once we get the higher low structure, then we can make an assumption that, hey, maybe the algorithms have already flipped bullish, right? The order flow has turned bullish, and because of that, this is going to become a protected low at the moment. And by protected low, I just mean that if these algorithms were designed by institutional traders, right? Hedge funds and the big boys, right? And considering that they are playing with hundreds of millions of dollars, would it make sense for them to have their position go into the red? I would assume not. So the reason why it's protected is because these algorithms are not going to allow the price to reach that level, and this low is never going to get violated as long as you remain in bullish order flow. And because of that, you can be confident that the next time the price dips to somewhere, let's say 42,600, which right now is becoming a bullish order block because this is the last bearish block before a massive move upwards. So if you were to look for an entry on Bitcoin, if you were to trade along with the algorithms, right, along with just following the footsteps of these institutional players, then you would place this order somewhere about 42,600, because this is where the algorithms are going to push the price to before making another move to attack previous highs, right? This is something that you notice a lot, even during this dump, right? I can give you an example immediately, right? This massive move downwards right here formed a bearish order block over here. Look where the price came into the next time, right? Went down, right? And then look where the price comes up to. Bearish order block goes down, right? And then right now, when the price is getting rejected, guess where it's getting rejected at this bearish order block here, right? Now, granted, this would not be the most optimal order block. However, it goes to show that this kind of a thing makes sense. And just want to show you again, right? This would be your bullish order block where the price dips into, bam, right? This right here would be your bullish order block right here. Look where the price dips into, bam. Just algorithmic trading, my friend. Just institutional and algorithmic trading. And that is why it's so important for us to reclaim this 44k to 45k level in order for, everything to be bullish. And now that we are done with Bitcoin, if you feel like you've learned, a thing or two in this video, it would help me so much if you could just drop a like button, because it's a small gesture, but it really, really helps me a lot. So going back to that same theory about order blocks, I am not sure if this same theory works on Total 2, but considering the fact that Total 2 is mimicking Ethereum a lot of the time, then I would say that this would work on Total 2 as well. So in this case, right, I'm actually going to mark down this level on Total 2 at about $1.09 trillion, right? I want you to I want you to try to build your altcoin positions when, at the moment, with this Bitcoin pump that's going on right now, you can see that Bitcoin Dominance, which again, this pattern right here, like I was talking about it in the private Discord group this morning, and I was telling people, hey, Bitcoin Dominance is looking pretty bullish, and you know, if you had altcoin positions, I want to be careful a little bit. But anyways, just second thought, if you are interested to get these kinds of daily market analysis just so you can make some informed trading decisions during the day, then consider joining the private Discord group. So at the moment, Bitcoin Dominance is moving, right? It's really bullish, along with Bitcoin being really bullish, right? And this is oftentimes a good sign. It means that Bitcoin currently is leading the move, right? And that is something that we want to see in order for a strong bullish season to occur, right? We want Bitcoin to lead. We want Bitcoin to start pumping, and then for everything to take a back seat, so that once Bitcoin finishes its pump, the money will flow into other altcoins and they will have a chance to move as well. That is something that always happens in strong bull seasons, right? You always have Bitcoin make the first move. At the moment, Bitcoin is doing that, and at the same time, Bitcoin Dominance is rising because people are FOMOing into Bitcoin. The money is getting sucked out of altcoins and putting into Bitcoin, and that's why you see altcoins taking a hit right now, as you can see from Bitcoin Dominance and Total 2, right? It broke out of this pattern, but currently it's retracing. However, that is not something that you want to get discouraged by. If you're watching this video, I want you to build some altcoin positions, right? Anything will do, right? The more bullish it seems, the better, right? And the thing you want to understand is that money will eventually flow into the altcoins as long as things are bullish. And I've already given you the situations where, you know, Bitcoin would revert into bullish order flow, and that is a reclaim of 44,350 and 45k. Right, once we reclaim those levels, then things are going to be bullish, and it will do you well if you have some altcoin positions built up. Of course, if Total 2 would to break, you know, this previous low right here, right, this previous higher low right here, that would mean that our trading idea has been invalidated. At the moment, we are forming higher highs, right? High highs, we just violated this previous high, and we have formed a higher low. At the moment, we are forming bullish market structure, and it would indicate that the month of October is actually going to look pretty good. But the level at which everything would get invalidated would be this level right here at 1.05 trillion, right? If it were to break below all of these previous lows, then you know that our idea has been invalidated, and you know, you just get out with a small loss. And at the moment, again, if you just want the latest market updates and as well as learn how to do this for yourselves, you're going to want to check out the private Discord group. Over here, you're going to get access to a trading education where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years. This is where you're going to figure out what works and discard 90% of the things that don't work. Not only that, but you're going to get access to profitable trading setups every single day where we are making money every single day, right? Take a look at the profits page. Like, some of these people came in here knowing nothing about crypto, and this is the kind of profits that they're making. But I'm not trying to shill this as a way for you to make money. I'm just saying that this is probably going to pay itself off real quick. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check the link in the description. And now it's time for us to get into the bonus trading setup, because I always reward people who watch until the end of my videos. And at the moment, you are going to want to pay attention to SRM, right? This is Serum. This is part of the Solana ecosystem. And talking about Solana, I do believe that it is going to be one of the most bullish coins in the month of October, as long as Bitcoin remains bullish, because like, it's just looking good. And if Solana takes off as well, then you're definitely going to want to pay attention to SRM as well, because Solana take off, SRM takes off as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to mark down the level of 7.4, and you are going to want to buy the breakout of that level. And right now I'm going to discuss what do I mean by a breakout. So basically, as it's breaking out, you're going to want to buy the breakout, or you're going to want to buy the bullish retest. And both of these entries are going to be really good, because you have an obvious level for you to set your stop loss at, which is somewhere right about here, because the breakout is supposed to break out, it's not supposed to come back down, and if it comes back down, you just get stopped out for a minimal loss. I feel like a rapper now. But anyways, in the event that Solana takes off, you are absolutely going to want to pay attention to SRM as well. This is a beautiful technical pattern, and this is something that I trade all the day, and this is something that I trade all day. And you are going to want to take your profit on the way up, and the take profit levels is going to be at $8, 8.7, 9.4, 10.8, 11.7, 12.7, 13.6 ish, right? And you're just going to want to use these levels as a reference point. Now, if you're interested though in getting access to all the trading setups, make sure you join the private Discord group. However, this trade is going to be still pretty good, as long as Bitcoin remains bullish and Solana pops off. So if you feel like you want to thank me, it would help me so much if you could just comment the word SRM in the comment section. This will help the YouTube algorithm push out this video a little bit more, but if you don't want to do it, that's fine as well. I love you anyways. But for now though, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.